Some of you may be wondering, why were there no red flags after Salvador Ramos bought several weapons and hundreds of rounds of ammo just a day or so after turning 18? William Joy has been digging into that part of the story. What did the shooter buy and what actually has to be reported?
Chris, that's a great question. So in this case, the shooter bought two AR-15 rifles just a couple days apart and 375 rounds of 5.56 ammo. In terms of reporting, people with federal licenses, gun sailors, have to report the sale of 2 or more handguns if they happen within 5 days of each other. And in Texas and 3 other border states, sellers also have to report the sale of certain rifles, including AR platform rifles, that same way. Now, there is no amount of ammo that someone can buy. That is, there's no limit, I should say. The ATF is banned from keeping any sort of electronic databases except for the one around multiple weapon sales, which they say was followed in this case. I asked them how exactly it works.
If they see that the type of firearm being purchased or further intel type information sparks a red flag, they can then go talk to that customer. Most of the time, 99% of the things that go into that e-trace system are never touched.
It's really important to remember that non-licensed dealers don't have to report anything. So a private sale of multiple rifles between 2 friends or at a gun show doesn't have to be reported. So in theory, someone could buy a handful of these rifles at a show and the ATF wouldn't be notified. Chris?
Okay, William, I know gun laws, they vary from state to state. The suspect had just turned 18. How does that compare to other parts of the country?
Right, so 7 states do require somebody to be 21 before they can buy a long gun, like a shotgun or a rifle, from a licensed dealer. In Texas, though, that number is 18. But there is no minimum age that someone can actually possess a long gun. The ATF told me that it's very common in Texas for someone to buy a long gun at 18 as a birthday gift, for instance. So while in some states buying 2 right away might have been a red flag, in here it wouldn't be. Now, speaking of red flags, Texas does not have a red flag law, which allows the court to temporarily remove guns from someone. Now, that could have, we don't know if it would have prevented this shooting, but it likely would have prevented the Sutherland Springs church attack. Chris?
So important to know what is legal and what is not in these situations. Thanks so much for putting all that in context, William.